Welcome to CBSE English Teacher. Let us look at the line-by-line explanation of the poem A Thing of Beauty from Class 12 English. Let's move on to the video now. About the poet. John Keats, 1795 to 1821, was born in London. He died at the age of 25 due to illness. He is a romantic poet and his poetry is characterized by sensual imagery in his most popular work, which is a series of odes. Today, his poems are one of the most sought-after creations in English literature. This poem is an excerpt from his poem Endymion, a poetic romance considered to be an epic poem. Background. This poem by John Keats is based on a Greek story. There was a handsome young shepherd and poet. He lived on Mount Latmos. One day, he had a vision of the moon goddess named Cynthia. He was so mesmerized to see her that he decided to seek her out, and so he set out on a journey through the forests and down under the sea in search of her beloved. Central idea of the poem. Beauty is a heavenly tonic or drink. It is an endless fountain of nectar. This beauty comes in different forms: a tale, a poem, a play, a lovely object of nature, or the heavenly bodies. It soothes our spirits and gives us good health, sound sleep, and mental peace. It removes sadness from our lives and gives an everlasting joy. Now let's look at the summary of the poem. The poet says that a beautiful thing is a source of endless joy. It has eternal beauty which never fades away. A beautiful thing is like a shady shelter which gives us a sleep full of sweet dreams, good health, and relaxation. Our attachments to the earthly things are like a flowery wreath. They are traps which bind us to the materialistic things and keeps us away from eternal happiness. The earth is full of hatred, greed, and negativity. According to the poet, the gloom and sadness caused by this negativity fades away with the positive vibes of the beautiful things that surround us. The poet lists out some of the beautiful things that surround us. As the saying goes, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. He says that the numerous creations of God, like the sun which gives us energy, the moon's beauty, the trees which give us shade, are the natural beauties around us. The various animals like the sheep that surrounds us make our world lively. The pretty flowers like daffodils make the world green and lively. The flowing streams of water cool and refresh us in the hot summer season. The forests, which are full of the pretty musk rose flowers, are a beautiful sight to the eyes. All these are the things of beauty. Also, the stories of the brave soldiers who laid their lives to protect their people are beautiful and inspiring. These beautiful things are like a fountain of immortality bestowed upon us by God. They inspire us to live on and maintain our faith in goodness. Let's now look at the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of the poem is AABBC, and that is obvious when we look at these words. For example, forever, never, keep, sleep, breathing. Now let's look at the line-by-line explanation of the poem. Stanza 1. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Bower means a shady place under the tree. The poet says that beauty stays forever. It never fades away. Rather, it increases with the passing time. The perception of the poet regarding beauty is that it never goes off with the passing time. Rather, it beautifies more and more. For the poet, beauty is like a beautiful shady tree under whose shade all the creatures can sleep peacefully and enjoy good health. Literary devices. Alliteration. Alliteration has been used in Sleep Sweet because of the use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series. And metaphor. Metaphor has been used in Bore Quiet because calmness of the boar is compared to the calming effect of a beautiful thing. Stanza 2. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Morrow means the following day. Wreathing means surround or encircle. Despondence means depressed, and gloomy means sad. The poet says that every day it is the beauty which fills us with the spirit to live. It is the beauty which binds the desire in us to live, though there are sad moments and cruel people around us. So here the poet wants to say that without beauty the earth will be full of cruel people, sad and gloomy moments. It is the beauty which is created by God which helps us to remove the sadness from our hearts. Literary devices. Anaphora. Anaphora is the use of same word in two consecutive lines. For example, of noble natures, of all the unhealthy. Alliteration. Alliteration is the use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series. For example, B in band bind, N in noble nature, and S in some shape. Metaphor. Metaphor is used in case of direct comparison. For example, wreathing a flowery band, as the beautiful things of our life bind us to the earth. Imagery. Imagery is used to create a sensory effect of beautiful things lined up in a string. For example, a flowery band to bind us. And inversion. Inversion is used when the normal order of words is reversed. For example, are we reading a flowery band? Here the word are and we have been reversed. Stanza 3. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. And such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make gainst the hot season, the mid-forest break. Boon means blessing, rills a clear stream, and break a process to slow down. Here the poet describes the beautiful things which are present on earth. These are the sun, the moon, trees young and old, flowers, here daffodils, and the rivers. Poet says that all these things are like a blessing bestowed on all the creatures by earth. He further describes that the trees provide us with their shade, flowers with their beauty, and rivers with their coolness during the hot summers. All of these are the beauties of nature which are like a boon for us. Literary devices. Alliteration. Alliteration is the use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series. For example, S in sprouting shady, simple sheep, C in cooling covert. Imagery. Imagery engages the human senses of smell, sight, hearing, taste, and touch. For example, trees giving shade, so sprouting shady boon is an imagery. Growing process of daffodils, so daffodils with the green world they live in is an imagery. And clear river streams, so clear rills is imagery. And antithesis. Antithesis is said to be used when opposite words placed together. For example, old and young. Stanza 4. Rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heavens' brink. Grandeur means high rank or socially important. Mighty means enormous. Immortal means never dying. And brink means age. The poet further carries on with the description of the more beautiful things present on earth, such as the beautiful musk roses which have such a nice fragrance. Then he describes the tales of the mighty warriors who laid their lives for their countries or for humanity. He says that these beautiful things are the gifts from God for all of us. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beauties which are immortal and give us a reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. Literary devices. Alliteration. It is the use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series. For example, H in have heard. Metaphor is used in immortal drinks because beautiful objects of nature are forever like a never-ending portion of a drink. Imagery. Imagery engages the human senses of smell, sight, hearing, taste, and touch. For example, bushes full of musk roses, so sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms is an imagery. Books describing valor of fighters, so grandeur, mighty dead is an imagery. And God providing us with best things, so pouring from the heavens brink is an imagery.